Carlos Alcaraz makes emotional admission after seeing his coach honored at Australian Open. Carlos Alcaraz's historic Australian Open triumph was about far more than silverware, records, and rankings. Beneath the bright lights of Rod Laver Arena, amid the roar of the crowd and the weight of history, the 22-year-old Spaniard experienced a deeply personal moment that brought raw emotion to an already unforgettable night. As Alcaraz lifted the Norman Brooks Challenge Cup to complete his career Grand Slam, his eyes drifted not only toward the trophy in his hands, but toward his coach, Samuel López, who was being honored on the same stage. It was a moment that symbolized trust, risk, loyalty, and belief, values that have defined Alcaraz's meteoric rise and his bold decisions off the court. From uncertainty to immortality, when Alcaraz and longtime mentor Juan Carlos Ferrero parted ways last December, the tennis world buzzed with uncertainty. Ferrero had been instrumental in shaping Alcaraz from a prodigious teenager into a multi-Grand Slam champion. The split felt risky, even unsettling. Critics wondered whether changing direction at such a crucial stage of his career could disrupt his rhythm, confidence, or identity as a player. Instead, Alcaraz responded the only way champions know how. By winning the Australian Open, he delivered a masterclass of modern tennis. Explosive forehands, relentless movement, tactical maturity, and an unshakable mental edge. Match by match, he tore through the draw, silencing doubts and rewriting expectations. By the time he stood atop the podium, he had not only won his first Australian Open title, but also completed a career Grand Slam at just 22 years old, cementing his place among the sport's greats. Yet for Alcaraz, the victory felt incomplete without acknowledging the journey that led him there, and the people who walked it with him. Got a surprise that touched the heart. Speaking to AS after the final, Alcaraz opened up about one of the most emotional moments of the night, watching Samuel López step forward during the trophy ceremony to receive his own recognition. "I didn't know," Alcaraz admitted honestly. "It was my first time at a trophy ceremony in Australia, and I didn't know they did that." The Australian Open tradition of honoring coaches alongside champions caught him by surprise, but the impact was immediate and profound. As López stood on court, sharing the spotlight, Alcaraz felt a surge of pride that rivaled the joy of lifting the trophy himself. "It's very special," Alcaraz said. "When I saw him there, I was incredibly happy." A lifetime of work, a single moment of validation for Alcaraz. The sight of López being honored was more than symbolic. It represented years, decades, of unseen labor, sacrifice, and belief. Coaches rarely receive public recognition. Their work happens on quiet practice courts, during long travel days, and in private conversations after tough losses. To see that dedication acknowledged on the biggest stage in tennis meant everything to him. "I know Samuel has been working toward this moment his entire life," Alcaraz explained. "This is a reward for years of dedication." Those words revealed just how deeply Alcaraz understands the human side of success. While many young stars focus solely on personal achievement, he consistently shines a light on the people around him, recognizing that greatness is never built alone. Trusting the process, trusting the people. The partnership between Alcaraz and López is still relatively new, but moments like this highlight why it has worked so quickly and so effectively. Beyond tactics and technique, there is mutual trust and shared belief. López believed in Alcaraz's ability to keep evolving, while Alcaraz believed López could guide him through the next phase of his career. That trust paid off spectacularly in Melbourne. Winning the Australian Open is a dream for any player. Completing a career Grand Slam at 22 is the stuff of legend. But to do it while validating a bold coaching decision and to share that triumph so visibly with his coach made the achievement even more meaningful. More than a champion, as Alcaraz continues to build his legacy, moments like these offer a glimpse into what sets him apart. Yes, he is a phenomenal athlete with generational talent, but he's also grounded, grateful, and emotionally aware beyond his years. His admission after the final wasn't rehearsed or polished. It was genuine, heartfelt, and deeply human. In an era often dominated by statistics and comparisons, Carlos Alcaraz reminded the tennis world that success is also about relationships, loyalty, and shared dreams. And as Samuel López raised his trophy alongside the Norman Brooks Challenge Cup, it became clear. This Australian Open victory wasn't just a personal milestone for Carlos Alcaraz. It was a collective triumph forged through trust, courage, and years of hard work finally rewarded on the sport's grandest stage.